Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Another Shitty Day with Shiddy Bill. If you would, just go ahead and bow your head for me, because this episode is dedicated to Daddy, who was abducted by a flock of angry aliens all those years ago. Just go ahead and bow your head now for me, please. Okay. Mama said she was just sitting inside and she heard something that sounded like two raging, pissed off chickens going at it in a garbage can, and she looked outside, and they were beaming Daddy up by the seat of his britches all up into that UFO, and there was nothing she could do but watch. I was only 8 years old, so there wasn't anything I could do. Daddy was a good man. Um, it was in his will that he left behind the family business, so now I'm the one in charge of the used car lot, and it's going really well. I feel like I'm pretty successful, and I owe a lot to my daddy. And God, I miss him. I told myself I wasn't gonna get emotional, but here I am. Daddy, Daddy was he had one of the best mullets that I ever had seen, and I'm working on trying to get one going like he had. That's one of the things Mama loved most about him. She see, Mama was a voodoo woman, and she was also a groupie for the Leonard Skinnerd cover band. That's right, the cover band. She couldn't even go for the real thing, and Daddy was the drummer. And one summer night, Mama seen Daddy go up into the porta potty, and she followed behind him, and she waited for him to come out, and she knew right away that she was in love. He was just glycerin from sweat, covered in concession stand chili, and he looked at Mama and he asked her if she wanted to make a bad decision with him, and she said yeah. And that night, they made fiery, passionate love in the porta john, and 9 months later, Shitty Bill was born. And that's a beautiful thing if you ask me, because you don't find love like that much anymore. So, and what I do remember the most is Daddy was a really good man, and he always took care of his family most of the time when he wasn't in jail, of course. Daddy was good at two things. He was good at fighting and stealing catalytic converters. And I guess that's where I got it from because guess what I'm good at? So Daddy left behind the business for me. It's going really well. I still talk to Mama every now and again. She's trying to get me to move out, but we're in a disagreement right now because we're in a predicament on who would keep the new towels. Because I'm not trying to get left with those crusty old ones, and she's not wanting to let the new ones go, and that's just not happening. So until we get to an agreement, we're in this predicament together, and I'm not going nowhere. And Earl Jr., my cousin, he's going to be on in just a few weeks. Um, he likes to mess with me, and he always tells me that Daddy's out hiding from a group of bad men who he owed money to because he had a gambling problem. But see, I remember when Daddy told me, he goes, Bill, I need you to know something. If anybody ever tells you that I'm hiding and that I didn't get abducted by aliens, then they're lying to you because things like that happen. And when I was younger, when he was younger, he went to a one of those palm readers, and they told him that they reckoned he was destined for good things and that he was the chosen one. And they didn't really specify what that meant, but if you ask me, I believe that that's why he was abducted because he was the chosen one. So I asked some of my customers at my used car lot if they would call in if they had any alien abduction or probing experiences, and just leave me a voicemail, and I was going to play it out on the podcast. I think that's what you call this thing, and I was going to see if I could answer some questions for them, or maybe give them some advice, and see how things went. So we're going to go with that right now. We're going to get into our very first segment, alien abductions.
My old lady kicked me out of the trailer last night. It was cold outside, so I went on over to the Piggly Wiggly and I hid out in the bathroom until the store closed and everybody left. Well, everybody was finally gone and I was a little bit hungry, so I went on over to the Little Debbie aisle, and out of the corner of my eye I seen a big old flash of light, and I blacked out. And when I woke up in my truck, my shoes were tied together, my pants were on backwards, and my Fitbit says that I climbed 47 flights of stairs that I don't remember doing. Does this mean that I got probed? Or did the aliens roast my ass and leave?
Thank you for calling. I just want you to know that you are not alone. This has happened to many of people. In fact, it's happened to the best of us. Who hasn't blacked out in a Piggly Wiggly and woke up in their truck with their pants on backwards? I reckon you got abducted, brother. You got abducted. Um, you never hide out at the Piggly Wiggly. That is one of the first places that the aliens will come to if they're out to get somebody, brother. And you're lucky they put you back where you came. They put you back in your truck because they don't do that to some people. Some people that's game over. All right, and you're lucky. If you or somebody you know has any alien stories, please call this number below, and I will do my best to answer or give advice based off of my fierce knowledge of abductions. Because after all, since I was 8 years old, I've been studying and waiting for them to come and get me. Because I know if they got Daddy, they're coming to get me one of these days. And they're not going to get me without a fight. Daddy was nice. Daddy let them take him because he thought that they were going to come get him and he was going to. It doesn't matter. We'll talk about that later. But I ain't going down like Daddy did. What I want you to do is I want you to start logging your next few days. Because the few days after your abduction are always the most complicated. You're going to be you're going to be sweating a lot. You're going to have headaches. You're going to start having flashbacks. And brother, those flashbacks are going to be the worst. You need to grab yourself some aluminum foil, and I need you to make a helmet almost, if you will. And I need you to wear it constantly. Do not leave your house. Stay in your room and wrap your head in aluminum foil and just pray that the aliens are done with you. Because if they're not, they will be back. And you can't be calling people and leaving voicemails and telling them if they put you back in the truck because they may come back for you. Well, I want to tell you something real quick. See, the other day I went to the swap meet. I hadn't been in a while, and they had this beautiful pink walkie-talkie. And I bought it because I wanted to talk to my cousin Earl Jr. because he has one at his house, at his trailer. But when I started to use it, a bunch of static started hissing at me. And I swear for just a second, I think I heard my daddy talking on the other end of it. I said, Daddy, Daddy, is that you? And he didn't respond. So I'm going to ask him again. And I want you guys to be here with me while I do it. Get this thing going. Daddy, is that you? Can you hear me? Hello? 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 Daddy, if you can if you can hear this, send me a sign. Daddy, if this is you, send me a sign now, please. Daddy? Daddy? Oh shit. Boy, I miss Daddy. And welcome to today's used car of the week. Today I bring to you a 1998 Pontiac Pissfire. That's right, you heard me right. This absolute piece of garbage used to technically be a Sunfire, but it has seen some better days, and it currently looks like it was beat like a rented mule. One of the windows does not roll down, one of the windows does not roll up. The airbag has already been exploded out of it. It smells like Waffle House at 4 a.m. in the morning. It has seen some shit. Oh, the roof leaks when it rains. It gets humid if you breathe. The radio only plays preacher man music or mariachi band music. Your choice. It only starts if you whisper something sweet to it. She ain't safe. She ain't legal. She sure as hell ain't pretty. But if she starts, she's yours. Come on down to Shiddy Bill's used car dealership today. No refunds, no snitching. And with that, I bring to you the closing of another shitty day with Shiddy Bill. I'll see you soon. And remember, if you're having a shitty day, at least we're having it together. And I'll see you soon. Y'all be safe now, you hear?